Are you wondering what is the best math curriculum for homeschooling your kids? Well, I'm going to walk you on a journey, our journey of math curriculum. I'm going to share at the end what really made the biggest impact in our family. Hi, I'm Nancy Marie Peterson, and I've been on this mothering journey for 20 years. I have been homeschooling. Before I was a homeschooling mom, I was actually an educator. I have a master's in curriculum and development, so I kind of have a grasp on curriculum and education. I still struggle as a homeschooling mom. In fact, we are struggling this year 20, believe it or not, and I'm just being real and raw and honest because it doesn't help if I'm not real and honest and share our struggles as well as our victories. So this video is more about our struggles, and I also am going to share some of my successes before our struggles, and I know that we'll be successful at the end too. So if you are curious as to which math program is the best, I'm going to share what we've used. So when we started our math journey and our homeschooling journey, we started with Saxon, and we did Saxon K through 3. And I loved it because when I was first a homeschooling mom, I was young, I had birthing children, and so I was sleep deprived and all that, and I loved being able to open the book and it told me what to say and how to say it and exactly what to say it. And I love that for our journey, and we did that for the first 3 years. Now the truth is, if you're using Saxon, here is the facts. When you're doing the first kindergartens, for sure you have to buy the teacher manual, because the teacher manual tells you what you need to do. It's not just the workbooks. The workbooks do not teach your children. It's the teaching manual that walks you through all the steps that you need to take. And if you don't buy the teacher manual, I listened to some influencer and she was saying, yeah, we don't do the teaching manuals for Saxon, we just do this. And I'm like, oh my word, you're missing the whole point of Saxon. You're missing the value of it and the teaching of it. It's not the workbook. So you need to know that about Saxon. You need to make sure that you utilize the teaching manual so you know what you need to share, because it teaches you. You're teaching them so much more than what's on the workbook. And so that is an important element of Saxon. So we did Saxon all the way through. All of my 6 kids did all the way through to algebra. And in algebra, we kind of hit a little bit of the bump in a road. When my oldest 2, they did Saxon all the way, Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Advanced Mathematics. So if you want to know how successful they are, I'm going to share the oldest one for those top 2. The oldest one is a family nurse practitioner. She went on to get a master's, and she was a nurse and became a family nurse practitioner, and she works in a clinic now, emergency clinic, does great. My other daughter, who did Saxon, she became a teacher. When her brother, who's a twin, got to algebra, Saxon just wasn't working for him. So we switched to teaching textbooks. And if you can see, we had the CDs because we were missionaries at the time. We were traveling. We couldn't do it online. And I don't even know if they had online at the time. So we bought all these video courses that we had back in the day. And I don't even know why I still have them. But so he did algebra. He did teaching textbooks, Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2 in teaching textbooks. He went on, he got his AA, tested in college, got his AA, and then went on to do his Bible, and he is a missionary. The 4th daughter who came along, I gave her the choice. What do you want to do? Algebra? For algebra, do you want to do teaching textbooks or do you want to do a BECA? She chose teaching textbooks because it was online. It looked easier. It corrected all her work for her. And so she went down that path. She has since become an accountant. She took a lot of math classes and she learned, and her brain works in that way, and she did fine. So I've heard a lot of people say teaching textbook has holes in it and they won't be prepared for the ACT. And my kids were in the middle of, she graduated and, during the COVID, so ACTs weren't a big thing. And so I don't know how they would have scored in that because it wasn't a thing at the time. But she still did fine in college, and she's an accountant and she loves math and she's very smart. And so she did teaching textbooks as well. My 5th baby, she chose to do teaching textbooks because it was online. It corrected it for her and it seemed easier, and she did it. Now math isn't her thing, but she actually won the presidential scholarship. She got a 4.0 when she went to college, and so she's done fine on teaching textbooks. So does teaching textbooks work? Yes, it does. All of my kids who have used it, the 3 that have used it, have all tested into college and have done fine in college. The 2 that did algebra, from Saxon all the way through to Advanced Mathematics, did great in college as well. I think my 2 oldest are probably very mathematically minded, and so Saxon worked well for them. So it came to baby number 6, where we are today. And why I'm sharing this today is that we're struggling. So he did Saxon all the way up to teaching textbooks. He did algebra. no, he did teaching textbooks, algebra, and he just struggled. He just couldn't get it through. We had a lot of transitions last year, and he went to do it geometry, and we found out there were a lot of holes. He didn't grasp some of this concept. So then I'm like, great. Do we go back and do algebra again? Do we do teaching textbooks? Like, what do we do? And so we stumbled across Shormann Math. I've heard it throughout the times, but I'm a firm believer of not jumping curriculums unless it's absolutely necessary. For my son, we jumped from Saxon to teaching textbooks because he really wasn't learning and he needed something different. So of course we look at individual kids and we do that, but it's not my first resort. So here I am, baby number 6. You would think I would have this all down and I would be knocking this out of the park, but I'm struggling. You're only as smart as the child you're working with today, in this moment, with this curriculum. And that's the truth about homeschooling. You can't be a master. Yes, I know a lot of things because we've done it wrong and right, but I'm still this child of what is the best for him. And so we're at a crossroads and we're trying out Shormann right now. It gives you a trial. And do I do algebra? I think there's one thing I would say if you're looking at math curriculums, make sure you have the math curriculum that has the solutions for you of how to get the problems right. Because if you don't have that, unless you're really brilliant, which I'm not mathematically inclined, I needed the solutions to how to show him how to walk it out. If I have the solutions, I can figure it out. But some programs, like I don't think teaching textbooks gave me the solution manual. It just gave me the answers. Maybe they have it, even if they do, let me know. But for us, I like having the solution manual. Then I can actually stop and help them. I put it in ChatGPT and I've done it different ways and we've utilized resources. So here we are at a crossroads. And if you have any insight, please put in the comments and let me know right here, right now, what your experience has been teaching textbooks from it. Now, I started going down a road of learning. There's like a plethora, there's tons of math curriculums out there, I know, and it is overwhelming. And so what I just need to do is take a deep breath, and maybe you need to take a deep breath too, and just figure out take a path and then just make that one work. So whatever one we're deciding in, we're gonna stick it out for the year and we're gonna do our best. If we need to hire someone for a tutor to help us, we're gonna do that. But I wanted to share this journey with you because I wanted to be real and honest. I didn't want to just put out all our successes and look at what I know. We struggle too. We come to forks in the road and we're stuck and we're not sure what to do either. And this is where I am today. And this is the real facts and the honesty of homeschooling is we don't knock it out of the park every year, every child, all the time. There are moments of struggle, and that's where we are. And so I just wanted to share because as I'm struggling and trying to watch other videos and listen to other mothers, and I'm not hearing this clearly set out, and let me just recap it all for you, is all of my kids, all 5 of my kids so far, I have 6 of them, 5 of them have graduated, have gone off to college, tested in and done fine, have used Saxon and have used teaching textbooks. I know people have said there's holes in teaching textbooks, and maybe there are, but they have still done fine. So if you're wondering what is the truth, that's been our truth. And so hopefully that'll help another mother, as if you're looking like I am on all the different stories of curriculums of math and all that, maybe that'll help you. So that's our journey. That's where we are today. And as always, I always want to be intentional as a mom and do the best for each of my kids. And I'm sure you're at the same boat. If you're watching videos at all, you're probably doing your best as well. So let's stay connected. Put anything in the comments if you have any insight or wisdom, or have used something that has really been huge for you. Let me know so we can kind of glean from each other. And as always, stay intentional, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.